a huge potential client AI stalked one of my coaching clients before a meeting and he nearly missed the deal. Now, here's what happened. When this prospective client was doing his due diligence, aka AI stalking, he typed the prospect's name in. He said, tell me about whether this person is a good fit for what I need. Now, of course, there was more detail in all of that. And what AI came back and said was basically, here's a snapshot of who you want to know about. And it didn't quite marry up to the real life version. Okay, so what actually happened is that AI did not see 90% of my clients' accomplishments. And so what this meant is that it was basically shining a torch in the corner of the room and showing a small component, but what we really needed to do is to flick the light on so that AI could see the entire business and my entire client. So this is what happens with AI more and more. Your prospects are turning to AI to stalk you, and if the right stuff isn't showing up and being conveyed to the decision makers, you're missing out on deals. So what on earth can we do? Well, in this particular case, his competitors were ranking higher in AI searches, even though they didn't have as much experience or accomplishments as my client. So what we need to do is to make sure that the right signals are being conveyed to the LLMs or the AIs. So the ChatGPTs, the Claudes, the Geminis, the Copilots. So really what we need to do is add something called a schema. Now that is just like a techie term for something your web developer will understand, but what it means to the business owner is it's a signal, it's a clear signal as to who you are, what you do, who you help, and also whether there's any methodologies or frameworks or systems that you follow in order to get your clients these results. When you put a clear signal out through, particularly through your website, that's the primary place, then that's what the AIs or the LLMs, the large learning models, are looking for. Now, it's not, that's the starting point, that's step one. Put the schema on your site. You're basically telling it in the code, for example, I'm Adam Franklin, I'm an AI and marketing coach. I help clients achieve these results. These are my ideal clients. This is the methodology that I follow. Here are some results that I've achieved for my clients. Okay? Now, the other signals that the LLMs are looking for is a similar signal, but from other sources. So it's a good start to sort of pat yourself on the back and say, here's what I'm all about. But it's even more powerful when there are third-party websites or profiles or even LinkedIn saying the same thing. And so if you have got your LinkedIn, your website, and maybe even your social media profiles, and maybe your YouTube channel, and ideally some third-party blogs or publications that have either featured you or interviewed you, or that you've written for, and they're all saying the similar types of things about you, then that's the clear signal that not the search engines, the LLMs, the large learning models, or the AIs are looking for. So if you have done SEO, search engine optimization, well over the years, you're in a really good place. All you need to do is add these schemas in so that you're now putting the signal to those AIs. Now, I've deliberately kept that not too techie. I'm not a techie person either. All you need to know is that you need to put schemas on, and I recommend going to ChatGPT and saying, you are my AI expert who specializes in schemas for my website. I want you to guide me through the process of what task to assign to my web developers. And specifically, I want you to prompt me to find out about me, my business, my ideal clients, the results I achieve for people, and any systems, methodologies, or frameworks that I use. And then what we can do is assign a task to the web developers, and they will embed those schemas on the website. So that's the secret sauce, folks. SEO is no longer enough. In fact, SEO is really dropping off. But the good news is the foundational stuff is there. You just need to now put the schemas in, because AEO, Answer Engine Optimization, sometimes called GEO, Generative Engine Optimization, is on the rise, and you want to be the person or the company or the business that the robots, the AIs, are recommending. And the more it knows about you, and the more consistent that is across all the different sources on the internet, the better you will show up. All right, hope that helps. My name's Adam Franklin. See you again soon.